Can you report the ERC as income when received instead of amending returns? So the legal requirement under 280C is that you need to match whether or not the taxpayer is cash or accrual basis. You need to match the timing of the deductions with the timing of the credit. So if you're getting the credits in 20 and 21, the wage deduction that's related within that same year that was produced, those same base wages were producing that credit, you do need to match it. Now, I've heard a number of other tax professionals and tax attorneys who I respect question the practicality of this. And so that's something where the legal requirement is what it is. But when you consider the practicality, that's something, it comes down to the tax professional and the client's discretion. But I don't want to say too much more about that because in my professional judgment, I think it's a messy requirement of the program, but I treat it as a requirement. Very often, it's actually a beneficial treatment for taxpayers because most people are operating in pass-through entities where 2020 and 2021 were low performance years for most people during the pandemic, especially if you're qualifying for the credit. It's very likely it was a low performance year for you. And so those are actually lower bracket rates typically. And so to lose a deduction in a lower bracket rate, and then when the funds come in, say we're now in 2023, where maybe they've bounced back and that money is not a taxable impact in 2023, it's usually when you triangulate the rates, it's actually a beneficial treatment for the taxpayer other than the annoyance of having to amend the return. But the legal requirement is you do need to amend the return. But in the practicality of how things shake out, I've heard practitioners with varying opinions on this, but that is the legal requirement.